Hello, it's me. I know I've been gone. I know I've been gone for a while. I've been busy doing some things. I've been busy, I promise. But, we're back. And yeah, you may be looking at me thinking, Markevius, you look exhausted. Have you been working on some projects? And the answer to that is no. I've not been. I'm just tired. I've been working. Okay, so like, this is what happened. This is what happened. Okay, so what? Okay, August. Yeah, I decided to be like, I need to be an artist, and I need to go to New York for a month. And you may be like, what? Why New York? I had something to do in September in North Carolina, and I was like, well, if I go to New York before, then I can go. It's the whole thing. Anyway, I spent a whole month and 3 weeks, it felt like a month, in New York. It was lit. I went to meet other actors, filmmakers, and maybe audition. None of that happened at all whatsoever. None of that happened whatsoever. Not that I wasn't on Actors Access trying. Actors Access was kind of dry in New York. Maybe I hit a weird season. Every day I was checking it and I was like, okay, so, all right, yeah. But anyway, I went, I had fun. I saw Lady Gaga. Shout out to my friends who took me. Yes, they took me to see Lady Gaga. And I had a really fun time. It was great, and I got to see my family there. I went to North Carolina, saw my mother, so everything was fun. It was a nice little summer trip, if you will. I was there for a while. I was there from August 20th to till October 10th. I extended it for a bit. Anyway, I'm back, and then I started a new day job. We don't really have to get into that. I started a new day job, which I really do love, but it is taking quite a bit of my energy right now. But we're building a routine around the job. I've been there for officially a month yesterday. Thank you. Clap for the heavyweight champ, me. But I have been in cohorts with my cohorts. Others are training. I've been in talks with one of my creative friends, and we are working on some things. I'm waiting on one more little a piece to the equation to get things started. But I wanted to make this video because it is raining in LA. I've been inside all day. I had Thai food. And I was like, I should vlog. I haven't sat in front of a camera in a while. And I just want to talk. I just wanted to gab. Just tell you guys how I'm feeling and what I'm working on personally. So let's address the dead horse in the stable. I started this vlog kind of documenting my process reading The Artist's Way by Rick Rubin. I have since put that book down because things were just getting like really busy, and I was kind of picking it up, putting it down. It's not a really how-to guide. It's more of a like free-flowing thing, which I do love. But I think that's the book you should read right when you're about to start your thing, or when you started it and you kind of hit a weird wall. And I was kind of doing it to inspire me to start, which I don't think for me was a good idea. But I do want to pick that book back up. There's another book I started. I immediately put down that is a how-to that I do need to get back on. We're not going to talk about that book because I want to wait until I'm going to restart that, and then we'll get into it. But anyway, some exciting things are coming, and I'm very excited for it, and a lot of new changes in me, my life, my practice that I'm working on right now. One of those things is, I'm kind of focusing more on me investing more, saving money, whatever that means, and you know, just not giving my energy to things I don't want to give it to, which has been easy in practice to do, but also kind of hard because it's like I've noticed the way I am differently socially is slowly starting to change. And I've realized this, that like the version of myself that I am going towards needs these changes, and it's like a hard pivot change, you know. And I think people don't realize, like, these people we idolize, these artists, celebrities, whatever, people who inspire us to do great things, to be the version they are, they had to have like made a drastic change to be that version. I think about Beyonce. You know, people talk about her work ethic from a very young age. You know, she was not fucking around. She was like, she was not going out partying. She was writing songs. She was working. She was doing whatever she can. Like, she really like sacrificed a lot to do what she can for her art, and that's why she is the person she is. And it's hard to like, it's hard to realize that like there's going to be a version of yourself that's like going to go away to be this new version of yourself, because it's like it's a whole new you. It's like a whole new skin. And it's not you being fake or anything or switching up. It's like you have to change to be this person. And so the things I want to accomplish, I had to leave a lot of things behind to do. Maybe like, Marquise, what are those things? Okay, so I had to stop going out every weekend, every week, maybe, you know, maybe staying in way more than I want, and instead of going to the clubs, doing things that feed me in my life creatively. And I have to, you know, save money and put those monies into my projects, and put the time that I'm wasting on my phone on my projects, editing, writing, reading, watching movies, going to festivals. These are just things that like I want to start in my everyday, you know, life. You know, I'm talking to my friend and we're talking about the work we want to do. And I remember one time we were just like talking, we were just like, man, I just want to be like in film. I just want to be in film and in like on projects and studios and sets and da-da-da. And it's like, to be that person, you can't be doing, at least to start, you can't be doing like the things we're doing now, you know, like. And it's kind of like, it is hard because you don't, you know, it's not gonna happen overnight. And then when you implement these changes, it doesn't only affect you, but like your relationships and like your friendships. You know, I haven't seen one of my really good friends. You know, I used to see him like, oh my gosh, I feel like weekly. I'm seeing him every like, when was the last time I saw him? Oh my god, I can't remember. When? Oh my gosh, the last time I saw him was the 2nd of November. It is the 16th. So, you know, it's the 17th, I'm sorry. So, you know, like that's what I'm talking about. And from then to here, all I've been doing is going to my day job, working out, staying inside. And I don't really miss these nights out that much. Maybe because it's like, maybe because it's winter and I really want to get this ball rolling. This doesn't mean like, you know, I'm never going to see my friends again. I'm never going to have fun again. I just changed my mindset, you know. I want to be filming my own things. I want to be on new projects. I want to be getting more auditions and like putting things out. And it's like, I have to become a machine to do that. And like a well-oiled, organized machine. And I gotta be real with myself. And unlike, you know, I'm unlike a lot of other people where I'm very self-aware of what I'm doing and how much I'm doing, how much effort I'm putting in. That's one thing I love / dislike about myself, is because I'm so aware. So I can be like, you're not putting in the work. But then I'm like, you're not putting in the work. And then I know I'm not. You know, you meet some people, they're like, I've been working on this thing. You're like, girl, you haven't been doing anything forever, and they're delusional. I don't have that delusion. I have the delusion that will be reality, that I'm gonna be successful at every single thing I do, because I mean, it's me. But I am so self-aware that I know, like, so when I'm sitting on my, like, I was laying in bed, I had Thai food, I got sleep, I was laying in bed, and I was like, oh, I was gonna vlog today, because, you know, 2 of my roomies are out right now, my other one's just chilling in this room, and I was thinking this would be the time for me to be able to speak to the camera candidly and kind of have my space to do it. And I was thinking, why am I laying down? I need to get up and turn on the camera. And that's what I'm doing. This is what I'm talking about. These like practices and putting them in, you know. And it's something I feel like I know I'm talking about it daily, which is good because I think it stays fresh in my mind. And I remember telling my friend, one of my creative friends who we're gonna be working with together, I was like, I don't want to be a doer. I don't want to be. I'm sorry. I said I don't want to be a sayer. I was like, you know, you meet people, and they're saying, oh, I'm working on this. I'm working on that. I'm doing all these big things, and nothing ever comes to the day of light. Like you never see them talking about that project they finished, showing that product, you know, celebrating something big they finished. It's all talk. And it's like, you've known them for years and it's just talk. I don't want to be a talker. I want to be a doer. And I did not move across the literal country by myself with a dream and a cardigan away from my family after my father had just died from cancer to just pretend and be talking about what I want to do. Like, I'm going to do it. So this is me doing it. I'm very excited for the stuff that's coming. It's still in the works. I want it to be, it's not going to be perfect, but I want to have what I need to do what I want and to have the vision I want. And what I'm going to put out, I'm very excited for it. It's going to be cool. I'm going to enjoy it. And the reason I'm going to be putting out these projects and doing these things is to help me in the future. So you may be like, what does that mean? So let's imagine, let's play pretend. Let's pretend that in 2 years from now, I put out a feature film. Okay? Full-length film. In this pretend world, let's say it goes to Sundance. And it does really well. And someone wants to buy it, they put it in movie theaters, it becomes a whole thing. The reason that movie is going to do well, besides me just being talented and innovative and smart and just overall amazing, is because I did these little projects to learn how to use the tools I have, like this camera. So when I want to do the bigger thing, I start with a little project and I'm like, okay, I'm going to film this thing and I'm going to film it like this. And we're going to use this gimbal, this mic, and this camera. We do it. I edit it myself. I really want to learn editing. So when studios give me $1 million to make a movie, I can tell the editor, I want to like that, do this, and change it, you know what I mean? And then I film that one little thing. That does that, right? I learn things from that, things that were challenging, whatever. Then I'm like, okay, let's do a short film. We're gonna do a short film. I do a short film, and I take what I learned from that miniseries, that little project, into a short film. And it's a little bit of an easier process. I hit some bumps in the road. I learned the learning curve, and I take that short film. I make maybe another miniseries. Who knows? It's just project after project that I'm helping people. Maybe I help someone film their feature, And I take what I learned from the mini project, the short film, the friend's feature or whatever. And then I'm like, I'm ready to make my feature. And I take all that knowledge and I use it for that. That's basically what this is all is. This is all like stepping stones for me to learn for the bigger picture, Because, if someone wants to be like, here's $10 million to make a movie, I'm sure I could figure it out. It'd probably be very hellish. But if I have some things on my belt, it'd be more of a smoother, fun ride. So, that's what's going to be happening. and I'm very excited for it. I'm gonna get more into content creating, and I'm gonna tell you why. So there's a show called I Love LA, made by Rachel Sennett, that premiered about 3 weeks ago. First of all, I love the show. I love the show. It's fucking funny. The show is a product of Rachel, who is funny and talented and has been working in the entertainment industry for years. That also being said, she has a good online presence. She's putting herself out online and being funny and showing people things all the time. Maybe like, okay, what does that really have to do with anything? She has people in the show who are also funny, talented people who put themselves out on the internet. And it's so funny because I watched a new episode last night, and I have a friend who's in it, Horace. What's up, Horace? Also, funny and talented, great internet presence, and there's some other people in the show who I've seen on the internet over the course of a few years, and all I was thinking was, wow, if I would have stuck with making those dancing TikToks in 2020, whenever we all moved in together, when I first started making TikToks, I was like, God only knows. Maybe I would have been on I Love LA. Maybe I would have been in something else. Who knows? It was just the universe showing me like, there's no such thing as cringe. There's no such thing as cringe. There's people who like try and keep doing, and they learn, and they don't stop, and they keep pushing out what they like, and then they build an audience, and then people go, I like that person, and then they get where they want to be, and it clicked. And it's, you know this already. I knew this already, but seeing it on that TV show, being like, oh my gosh, that actor, I've seen them on TikTok for like the last four years or so, and they just make these cute little funny videos, just being funny, being themselves. And you're like, huh, and now they're on, okay. And that's why I picked up this camera today. And you need more than just being online. Because let's be honest, there's some people who are online doing things I personally don't like. I don't subscribe to what they do. Some other people do. It's not my cup of tea. But that's their genre of whatever they do. I have my own genre, you know. And the thing is, I can control the narrative of what I want. And I think that's what I didn't realize in the beginning. I felt like I had to do the renegade all the time and be like silly and obnoxious in a certain way. And it's like, no, I just had to do what I like and put it out there. And just like care for it and edit it and make it look the way I want and be brave. And it's so weird. How are you an actor and you're scared to like, not, I wouldn't say scared, but maybe scared, but so critical of a TikTok. And it's weird because sometimes I get auditions and I'll read the script, I'm like, cool, got it. I'll do one take and I'm like, that take was good, send it in. And it's like, I can do that with a TikTok. Just do it. Don't overthink it. Push it out. And then as you keep making more, like, let's stylize it. Let's make it a certain way. Even with this, like, you know, I think growing up on YouTube, seeing people just talk in front of their walls, I lived for that. I thought there was something kind of cool about that. It was giving, like, you know, editorial in a way, like, kind of like MTV's Confession, like Surreal Life, I don't know. And that could be maybe I can find a way of hyper styling that, making that editorial, you know? Yeah, but I just wanted to make the video because it's raining in LA today and I was not leaving the house again. Oh my God, I got my driver's license today. I passed the test. If I ever told you I had a driver's license, I was lying. So sorry. Please stop yelling at me. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about it. Don't ask me about it. And that felt monumental today too. That felt like that put a huge smile on my face. Because I hate tests. Ugh. I hate tests. Why is my phone blowing up? But yeah, I was just thinking about that. And I think I've had so many instances of this in my life where I pick up something and then I put it down because I don't think that's the way I want to go about it. And I was like, I think when I was younger, I used to make these funny YouTube videos with my flip HD camera. And I used to post them on Facebook after putting them on YouTube. I thought they were funny. I used to make skits about what was going on in my school. I used to dress in drag. I remember one time I did a parody of like, We Found Love, and I put on one of my mom's wigs and her short shorts and a tank top, and I was in a bathtub full of water, pretending I was Rihanna. I got maybe 50 views, but I thought it was freaking hilarious. And I'm just thinking, if I would have just kept sticking with the videos, I had nothing but time in Wilmington. After graduating high school, I was just chilling a lot at my house. I could have been documenting there's a lot of things, projects that I kind of like put to the wayside, and I'm at the age where I'm like, I wish I could see those things come to fruition. And now I'm like, cool, I have the time and the money to kind of invest in that, so I have to do it. Did you ever see Jimmy Neutron back in the day? There's this one villain in Jimmy Neutron that, like, when I was younger, I don't know why I was so terrified. I was terrified of becoming him. I don't remember his name, but basically it was this villain who, like, I think he was smart, but he would never finish anything. So he'd be like, I'm gonna build this death ray. And he'd start to build it and he wouldn't finish it. And he would try to use it and it was like he didn't finish it. So it didn't work. And I remember being terrified of like being him. He was like a procrastinator. And I remember being young and being like, oh my God, I don't ever want to be that kind of guy, like, who starts something. But I've done it. And that's my biggest fear, is being him. Starting something and being like, I just can't get it done. And it's funny because me and my friend always talk about, sometimes we go, wow, we live in LA. Sometimes when I'm driving in the car, on the highway, driving towards Hollywood, and I see that Hollywood sign on my right usually, and I see the palm trees, I get this like chill over my body. And then I'm like, oh my God, I moved to LA. I'd never moved somewhere myself before. After high school, my father got me an apartment in Wilmington though, and I lived there, and I didn't really consider that moving because it was like still in my hometown. And the first time I ever moved on my own was to Los Angeles. I didn't know like anybody. I had like 2 friends here. And I moved all the way across the country. When I say with a duffel bag, dude, I'm not joking. I left so much of my stuff in Wilmington. In my old apartment my mom was watching over because she was taking the lease. And I moved here with a big old bag and like $300. And I was like rooming with some girl, like, I shout out to Fiona. I know Fiona now, but at the time I had met her once in Wilmington. That was another thing. I met my roommate in LA a year before in Wilmington because she was visiting Wilmington because our now friend Jessie was in a movie that I had also worked in, and I met them at a club. And then a year later, when I asked my friend Meredith if she knew anyone subletting, she was like, maybe this girl is. And I was like, oh my God, I met you in Wilmington a year before in the club. And she was like, oh, I don't really remember that, but cool. What? Crazy. And when I met her in the club and we like departed, that was it. We didn't like connect information. So I know things are destined for me because the cards are stacking in my favor, and the universe is giving me the hand I need. I'm just not playing the game. Anyway, I think we're gonna end on that note. Yeah. These videos, I want them to be more frequent. I don't know. I think I could. Do I film? I can film on Mondays, and I don't know. I'm gonna try and do weekly. I'm gonna try and do weekly videos and post something, just to keep everyone in check, keep myself in check. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, thank you for watching. Also, I think, am I putting my socials in these videos? I think I am at the end. I think they're in the comments. I don't even know what I don't have a routine online yet. I don't even know what I do. I don't even say, click the subscribe button. Click the subscribe button right now. Click it right now. If this is passing you and you're interested to see me win an Oscar in a few years, click the subscribe button. If you're interested in seeing me getting on TV, click the subscribe button. If you're interested in seeing me make a movie, click that. If you're interested, click it. If you're in LA and you're interested, hit me up, DM me. Okay, we're done.